Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to thank God for the opportunity to read for all of you. Without you, there's no need for me to be here, so thank you for joining me. Those who have been with me from the beginning to now, the ones that have subscribed, I really appreciate you so much. I hope this reading brings about good changes for you. I hope you find some information that you can apply to your life. And I have all my cards pre-pulled. However, I did not do my handwritten cards yet, so let me pull 3 or 4 of those. Okay. All right, so got kind of some weird ones, so let's see, not really weird. I have one that's weird, so first one I have is "You're so far away." So that could be you. This might be a reading about 2 people having a lot of distance, or you could be in the same household, but if your mind is elsewhere. The second card I have is her vendetta. She inquired a sexual relationship with a straight woman, and the straight woman denied. The next one is living to please God. 1 Thessalonians 4. And the last one is love is eternal, God is eternal. Take your place. Okay, so let's go with the mermaids. Messages from the mermaids. The first one is awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who's influencing you. Be aware of how you're feeling. Aware. So someone might try to make you feel a different way. Someone might try to make you change your thoughts. Someone might be saying something that really makes sense. So just be aware of who you're listening to. Be aware of your own thoughts. And be aware of those that you surround yourself with. Discernment is the next. So these 2 go hand in hand. Have discernment about the choices that you make. Have discernment of again what people are telling you. Discern what's true for you and what's not. Light. You have a choice of being dim, or you have a choice of shining your light. Live in light, live in truth. Okay? The last card is breaking free. So breaking free, maybe your understanding or your person's understanding is going to be different for everyone. I'm not sure if this is, you're so far away would indicate you're not where you want to be, or your person's not where they want to be. So again, it could be either you're longing for someone, or things just aren't working out where you're at. Whatever it is for you, know that the awareness, the discernment, choosing the bright light in your life and breaking free. All right, so I pulled some cards from the Archangel Power Tarot cards. And just to let you know about the music we're listening to, it is 528 hertz, the love frequency to heal the past and manifest abundance, love, and harmony. Okay? And so, this is off of YouTube, so we might have a commercial break, So, moving forward, Archangel Power Tarot cards. The 6 of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Divine guidance in Major Arcana, Archangel Sandalphon. The search for the meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. The Knight of Gabriel. Confident, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic. It's time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. The Page of Michael. Truthful, perceptive, analytical, blunt. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. The Two of Raphael. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. Peace card came out. Major Arcana. Archangel Azrael. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. The Sun. Major Arcana. Archangel Uriel. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. King of Gabriel. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. 10 of Michael. A situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. And the last card, Major Arcana. Change your life. Archangel Chamuel. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. So I want to go through the cards again, these ones, only because I want to talk about the numbers. So 6, the sixth month, or the 6th of any month. So the month would be June, right? 5, the 5th of any month, or the 5th month would be May. The 2, that would be February, or the 2nd of any month. So these are all dates that could resonate for you. So 13, we don't have a 13, so it could be the 13th of any month. It could be January 3rd. 19, January 9th, or the 19th of any month. 10 would be October, or the 10th of any month. And 16 would be January 6th, or the 16th of any month. So any of those dates might resonate for you. Okay, so moving forward, it's almost like a continuation, or I don't know. I pulled cards out of the Psychic Tarot. So the universe came up first. To me, this would indicate that God is sending you a message. God is the universe, right? Pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention to your gut feeling. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to the signs. Okay. So it's as if God has given you the power to make changes in your life. The Power card. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to move forward. I have the power to have better for myself. I have the power for a successful life. I have the power. So believe that you have the power, because you do. Release headache and loss, or heartache, might be headache. Release heartache and loss. So, we all have been hurt before. We all have trials and tribulations that we've had to deal with. And if we hold on to them, they're forever holding us back. So it's important to understand or figure out why this heartache and loss happened, and find out a message through your experience, and then just put it to the side and take the wisdom into the future. Movement, choices, and decisions. So we have money, marriage, growth. The sky. What is the sky? Unlimited potential. So tap into who you really are, who you want to be, and make a plan, set some goals, and take steps to have the different outcomes, right? We see what our future has, and if we see darkness, if we see unhappiness, if we see negativity, that's what we'll get in our future. So anytime anything negative pops into your mind, it's like turn that frown upside down, right? Throw it out and say, that's not me. I want this in my life. I require this for my happiness. And make the moves, take the actions, the right actions. And I say the right actions because a lot of people want to take shortcuts. Oh, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you. And in the workforce, scratching each other's backs, okay. However, if, I don't know how to say this, I was self-employed with my second husband for 10 years. So we did have that scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing going on. But it was kind of like, say, our plumber. Sometimes he actually needed a helper, but Chris would help him. And we never charged him for that, but we were there to help. And for me, I should say, I don't want to speak for anybody else. For me, it was, we could depend on him to be there when when we called him. So it was a building. It was a building of a friendship, working together and finding a balance. In the ways that it could be negative is, okay, say I actually did work at UPS, and say if my boss came and told me, well, if you do this, then I'll give you that. The Teamsters is a union that, well, I think everybody knows who the Teamsters are anyways. So it's a union contract. So maybe my boss might ask me to do something out of the union contract, and I agreed to maybe get a bigger raise. That's really illegal, and even though it could have been done and never found out, that's not something that I would partake in, because overall, if it's not by the rules, then it's not the right way to advance yourself. Let's say it that way. Okay, so we have new beginnings. You have the opportunity every day. You wake up, you thank God. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day that I can improve myself and I can learn and grow and be excited about learning new things. Once you decide you don't want to learn anymore, you don't want to grow, is the time when you really settle down and you begin to not want to move for anybody or anything. So every day is a new beginning. Even if you are retired, it's a new beginning to start that exercise regimen you've been telling yourself you need. Start that new diet that will help you lose that extra 5 or 10 pounds you're carrying around. Enjoy the outside while the weather's nice. And some people, when they're dedicated to their their workouts, they begin to actually, when they can't work out, they begin to really feel unfulfilled. So whatever your regimen is, if you can't do what it is because of the weather, try to do other things to take its place so you can feel fulfilled for the day. Again, awareness came out. So this is a message to be aware of those around you. Be aware of what people are feeding you. Are they feeding you BS? Are they taking crap and pouring honey over it so that you will buy into it? Be aware. And if you ever have any questions, don't ask them. Take some time and walk outside and look up and ask our Heavenly Father, is this correct? Because I don't feel like it's right, if that's how you're feeling. And then just let it go. You'll get your answer. The throat chakra. I'm going to read it for you because I'm not very experienced in the throat chakras or the chakras at all, so I like to review it. So, it's a 5. This chakra is, of course, located in the throat area. Of communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience, inner hearing, are associated with it. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and individuals involved in the creative arts will often have active throat chakras. To balance and stimulate this energy center, try humming, chanting, or singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. When this area is fully activated, don't be surprised if you suddenly become creatively inspired. Okay? So the next card is Destiny. I believe that there's someone out there, maybe a handful of people, maybe 144,000. Of course, I don't have that many people following me, but in any event, there are those who have a job to do here on this earth to bring about change for 7 generations down, to show more love in this world, and to say that, sometimes love does hurt. Unconditional love does not mean that you are someone's doormat. But when you keep loving, right? When you go from one relationship to another, and maybe you're one of those that just fall in love real quick. Is there something wrong with you? I say not. Love is a beautiful thing. The thing is when you give too much, and I've been there before, so if you can imagine a glass of water, if you are the only one filling it up, then how can anyone else put in? I guess they could put in and overflow it. But as far as what I know about that cup of water, you give half. The other person gives half. And together you keep it full, so that each of you still have a half a cup of your own that you can continue to fill individually and share together. So it's a destiny of showing love. Spirit, Heavenly Father, God Almighty, Source. When you follow your passions, when you follow what's in your heart, when you're destined to do some work, beautiful work that God has for you, He will see that your financial and material needs are met. So whoever you are out there, this may be a sign for you to move on. You see, this person's by himself. I don't know what it is that he's holding. Could it be a clock? It's time to move on. But what is that? I'm not sure. But this person's moving on. He's coming out of the dark and going into the light. Spirit says, I will give you the strength. We've already seen the power card, the number 8 card with the lion on it. Spiritual strength. As above, so below. When you speak out the words, Dear Lord, I'm ready to take the leap of faith. I'm ready to listen to your guidance. I'm ready to surrender everything that I have for you, dear Lord. As above, so below. Spiritual strength. You'll have strength to do the work that God has for you here on this earth. Next we have the solar plexus chakra. So let me read that for you. The solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center, where your emotions and feelings are recorded. The chakra is associated with clairsentience, inner feeling, which is a major psychic reception area. To balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance, and movement, or breath work with color. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonize this area. So we have the inner hearing, and this one. What was this one? Inner hearing, it's clairsentience, and then what was the other one? Clairaudience. Inner hearing is the throat chakra, and this one is the clairsentience. So someone may in fact have these two abilities, whoever you are, but maybe you just have never been told that you have this. Do your own research, and when you are out and about, see if it rings true. And for example, it would be like that inner feeling. So when I see a pregnant woman, I try to look at her and I try to see if she's going to have a boy or a girl. And I'm not right all the time. Of course, who is? I guess there are people who really have that ability and they're on point. But it's something that I've been doing like my whole life, is looking at a woman and seeing it when she's pregnant. And I'll ask, are you having a girl? And when I'm right, which is, it's greater than 50%, because let's face it, you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Then it kind of sparks up a conversation, and how's the pregnancy going, and oh, do you have a name, and when's the baby due, and I like to tell them that they're glowing. Most of them actually are, and I like to tell them, remember to always talk to your baby, because your baby can hear, and your baby hears everything in your tummy, so rub your belly a lot and talk to them, him or her, and try not to get too upset. Your baby can feel everything you're feeling, and to have a healthy baby and have a happy life, it really takes a lot of hard work, right? All right, so moving forward, somehow I got on this pregnancy thing. Okay, so the next card we have is deception and envy. Okay. Awareness. Be aware of those around you. If they take little jabs and say it's a joke, they are being deceptive and they are envy. If they gossip about others and you find out it's untrue, they are deceptive and envy. If you see them doing shifty things, they are deceptive and envy, or they're deceptive or envy. People have to find their own healing. It's not your responsibility to heal them. I know I try to talk to people and I try to say, well, why don't you try this, or why don't you try that, And it's up to them to try it, to see if it works. It's up to them to do whatever it is. I actually, my first husband said, he was telling his family that I was crazy and I was like a light switch, when in fact it was him. And I said, oh, so you think I'm crazy? I went and saw a therapist for 6 months and got her caught all the way up to date. And at that point, we were married like 14 years. And I told her, I said, I'm not going to come and see you here anymore. She's like, why is that? I said, because I've got you all caught up to date. Some of the things that you told me to try to help turn things around, I said it worked for a little while and then it just reverted back. And she said, why don't you ask him to come in? I said, he won't, but I'll ask. And when I told him that she wanted to hear his side of the story, he said, nah, I'm not going. She just wants to make more money. And when I told her, and I called her and said, yeah, that's what he said, she said, well, he must not really love you then. So, I'm not sure why I needed to tell you that, but it came out, so must have been needed for someone. In other words, he was being deceptive, I guess, and he was trying to tell his family that it was me so that they would deflect, like he could tell them whatever he wanted and they would believe him, and then they would harbor negative feelings towards me. So if you are a woman out there, or if you feel like you're carrying more of the feminine energies, this card is you. You are divine. You have a certain aura about you. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You are honest. You are wholesome. You're like the girl next door. You don't run out in the streets. You don't go searching for men. You don't go into a bar thinking, oh, I'm going to hawk on this guy or whatever, You take care of your home. You take care of your mind, body, and soul. You believe that you deserve better because you do. Maybe you've experienced abuse. Maybe it's been mental, physical, psychological. But you've learned to overcome it. You've learned how to heal yourself. Maybe you did get some outside help. But I truly believe the outside help was your connection with spirit. For me, that little test that I did, going to see the therapist, it was just a test. I knew on the inside what I needed to do. I just prolonged it. But it was more of a test to say, what's going on here? My cards got kind of weird here. Okay, I see. It was just a test. It was like a trial thing. Oh, so you say I'm crazy. She never told me I was crazy. When people tell you that you're crazy, it's a way to say, I dismiss how you're feeling. I dismiss what you're saying. You need to rethink all of that. It didn't happen the way you say it happened. It's a way to confuse you. It's a way to keep you searching. How can I fix this broken relationship? How can I fill that cup of love? How can I feel fulfilled in this empty relationship? This self-serving relationship. Sometimes that's how we choose. We go by how our parents chose, or how, someone older than us that we spend a lot of time with. We choose what we know is normal. If it's abusive and that's normal for us, that's what we choose. And abusive, again, could just be, it could be yelling, it could be fighting, it could be cheating, it could be whatever it is. Everyone's going to have a different story, but we have to learn to choose what is right for us. And how do we know what's right for us if we've lived this life of growing up? For me, it was a roller coaster ride. After my mom died, my dad remarried. He remarried my oldest brother's girlfriend, she was a cheater. My dad he moved us far away from where we grew up at, me and my brother. We lived far away. We had to walk to the grocery store and bring back the groceries in 100-degree weather. And I say that as a fact because it was El Centro, California. We had to take care of her son, make sure he got ready for school, make sure he had his breakfast, walked him to school, made sure that he got his bath and brushed his teeth, went to bed. We were the child's caretaker. We had to do laundry on Saturday. Dad and Pat would drop us off at the laundromat, and they would come back 4 hours later. It only took us like 2 hours to do the laundry, but we'd have to sit out front and wait. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I was conditioned to do as I was told, to make things as easy as possible for everybody else in order to keep my happiness. Right? Otherwise, if I didn't do what was required of me to do, then all hell would break loose. So I was conditioned very young. I think I was in 8th grade and my brother was in 9th grade. And after that, we were sent to live with my oldest sister, but my brother chose to go with my cousins. So me and my brother stopped being brother and sister. When he was in 9th grade and I was in 8th grade, after we were sent back to live with our family members. And we lost 4 years of being together, which I don't know if it was good or bad. I mean, it wasn't, we kind of just went with the flow because that's how we were raised. Anyway, so then my oldest brother came down to get my brother Kenny, and he lived for a couple years up in San Francisco, Oakland, or wherever it was at the time. And so then we never saw each other. And we actually never saw each other after, it might have been rare occasions, but growing up we never saw each other. Pretty much after my mom died and after we were sent to live with different family members. So how could I know how to choose a husband? Going through all that. I didn't have my mother to guide me. She was taken. And she was taken at such a tender time. So then I look at my sister. She was taken when her children, her oldest son was my age when my mom died. And so the youngest was like 5. How can we choose anything when our lives have been so uprooted? How do we know how to change? How do we know how to choose? It's through living life and making a choice of what is really best for us. So I say to all of you out there, the only way I'm ever going to choose to be with someone else is if things are really balanced and we can commit to keep it balanced. And before I say that I do, it'll be under the watchful eyes of our loving Father in heaven. And I will make it clear that my boundaries are my boundaries. And I will make it clear that I will forever love. But don't ever push me to make it at a distance, because I've done it once, I've done it twice, and I lived through it, so I certainly won't be afraid of doing it a third time. So, moving forward, the next card we have is mental conflict. Don't be all up in your head about choices you make. If you made a bad choice, it doesn't mean that you cannot renege on it. Now, if you decided to buy a home with someone and things are falling apart, of course, you can renege on making those house payments, but your credit will be forever damaged. Not forever, but at least 7 years. So, do what's right for you. If these things aren't working out for you, or if you're on the side of he's at a distance, he's far away. Again, you could be in the same household with this person and they're distant, they're far away. How do you rein them back in, you know? You really can't. If someone chooses to think of someone else, if someone chooses to have their mind elsewhere, you tell them, look, we've been in this house together for 6 months. Your mind is elsewhere. It's not here, so go where your mind takes you. So I don't have to try to figure you out. So I don't have to try to do all these things, jumping through hoops, trying to, bring your attention back to me. I've experienced that myself. A lot of people might say, oh, I divorced him, I hate him, I can't stand him. What did he do to you to make you feel that way? Did he beat you? Did he abuse you? No matter what anyone has done to you, no matter what hurts you have gone through, if you seek a higher perspective and say, wow, I really learned a lesson here. The things not to do, the things not to allow. Write down your boundaries. Like if you live alone and you're looking for that one person You know, write down the things you want in that person and become that person. And I've heard people say it. It's like, what are you talking about? So if you want someone who is honest and trustworthy, be an honest and trustworthy person. If you want someone who has integrity, that can, not engage, like when you're married, right? The last thing you want is a girl to come up to your husband and be 3 inches away from him and say, oh, honey, what would you like to drink? And he acts all coy and shy, like he doesn't know what's happening. And you're standing there like, what is this? What's going on? And he doesn't put any boundaries between that waitress and him. It's an apparent reason that he must have been in there at some time when I wasn't with him and carried on with this woman, right? I'm not stupid. So write down the things that you want in your person, man or woman, and start being that, Do you want someone lighthearted? Do you want someone who wants to have fun? Do you want someone who is loyal to you? Do you want someone who can always tell you the truth, even if it's the brutal, honest truth? What are the things that you want in the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Write all of it down and become that person. And you will attract that person by being the person that you want. It's true. So, love begins after you get out of that mental conflict. How did I allow that to happen to me? I've lost so much. Sometimes losing is gaining, in a sense where you have to walk away from someone. You lose what's in that house, whatever it is, good, bad, and different, for your freedom. My first husband, I was married to him for a few months shy of 19 years. Actually, like 4 months shy of 19 years, or 20 years. So, I don't know. In Delaware, it's I think 20 years is lifetime alimony. I never wanted a dime from him. I said, I don't want the alimony. I don't want anything from him. "19 years of marriage, he kept the house. I got the 68 Chevelle Super Sport that he claimed was worth a whole lot more than what it really was. I let him have his way so I could have my freedom. But yeah, I could have got alimony. He worked at the power company. I don't know, maybe $600 or $700 a month for the rest of my life. Why would I want to taxi him? Why would I want anything to do with him? Do I hate him? No, I don't hate him. Do I wish him dead? My daughter says, Mom, when you go for your Social Security, why don't you just get Dad's? Because you said you could have his. I said, he has to be dead, dear. I said, I don't wish anybody dead. When I'm old enough to get my Social Security. Anyways, money, of course, money matters. But I like to make my own money. I like to make my own ends meet. And I'm still working on that, I'm still working on having those things in my life that make me feel really stable. But I know that choosing God to be into my mind, body, and soul, choosing God to, inviting Him into my home. My whole lifetime, I never invited God into my home until these past recent years. And I'm so grateful because His love is unfailing. His love you can always count on. If you think you're alone, if you're living alone, you can choose to think, I live alone and I'm alone. When you invite God into your home, you're never alone. My ancestors, they come to me. I see them. And I'm not scared, I'm happy. I'm happy that I have that connection. So, when someone dies, and God has a place up there for them, I tell you, when they die, they only take the love that they had here on this earth with them. They don't take sadness. They don't take hatred. They don't take hurtful. They don't take abusive whatevers. They take love with them. So if you're blessed to have your ancestors come back, spiritually, you can feel the love. That's all you feel from them. And I have plenty that have gone. So I know that I'm never alone. Okay, Sappy Martian needs to stop. Okay, so we have an 11, balance, stay balanced. Remember that cup of love. Have that cup of love for yourself. If you are with someone, bring it to their attention. Hey, we need to have this talking. And I don't want to be hateful. I don't want to be hurtful. But I got to tell you how I feel. And I need you to understand it. If they don't understand it, if they're not willing to change, it's not a matter of, oh, honey, we need to talk. Winter's coming and I really need that fox fur coat. And if I can't have it, then I got to go. Make it about your heart. Make it about how you feel, right? Not, my heart will feel great. I will feel so much better if I have that fox fur, dear. You know what I mean? It's not about what you can get. It's about your spiritual union. When you get married, God is over you, watching this union. He already knows what the destiny of it is. He already knows your whole life future, where you've been, where you are today, and where you're going. So, if your person doesn't love God, if your person doesn't love himself or herself, how can he or she love you? Anyway, so balance. Go into solitude. Have some time for yourself. Feel free to stretch out. She's outside. Get a blanket and go lay at the park. Get some fresh air. Go to the beach. Read a book. Solitude is peaceful time by yourself, so you can think things through. and ground yourself. And the last card is triumphant success. So I can think my way out of fear. I have a fear of change. I have a fear of the future. I have a fear of what the future brings. Why not get excited about the future and the mystery of the future? So it's a choice. Be fearful or take the adventure. So we had a couple cards about moving on, change your life, awareness, and strength. Those were the similar cards. So these ones I want to go through real quick. One is January or the 1st of any month, September or the 9th of any month, 11, November or the 11th of any month. So if you guys watched my nighttime reading, oh, pooh, y'all fell. I talked about who my twin flame was. So I just realized this. The 9 is him. The 11 is me. Okay, so now that the cards flew all over, June or the 6th of any month, May or the 5th of any month, 10, October or the 10th of any month, 5, May again or the 5th of any month, 2, February or the 2nd of any month, 3, March or the 3rd of any month, 1, January or the 1st of any month, 8, August or the 8th of any month, and 21 would be the 21st of any month, or you could say 2-1, which would be February 1st. So then I just want to show you the corresponding cards real quick. Change your life. What would that be regarding these? I guess change your life could be a new beginning. Okay. Let's see. I really want to go for the ones that really resonate. Let's see. Hold on here. I know we have what the heck? Oh, okay. 8. Hold on, I'm confusing myself. Hold on 1 second. Eight would be power. Oh my. Alright, I don't want to hold you guys up. I'm not really seeing everything I was expected to be seeing. That we had power and the strength card. Spiritual strength. Anyways, I'm confusing myself, people. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Hold the line. Strength and power. These are out of the same deck. Spiritual strength and power. Kind of the same. Alright, then there's sown in peace. And we had awareness. Anyways, I don't want to hold you guys up here. So let's just end it there. Thank you all. God bless you. If no one has told you today that you are loved, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day. God bless.